Hello guys, this is Miss Ru from Mathematics Hub. Today we want to look at standard form, and our objective is to be able to write numbers in standard form. Standard form is a way of writing numbers easily, and to write a number in standard form we have to express it in the form a times 10 to the power n, where a just represents a number that is greater or equal to 1 but it is less than 10, and then n just represents an integer. And remember, integers are positive or negative whole numbers including 0, so our n can be any of those numbers. So to further understand this, let's look at some examples. And the question that we want to answer says, write the following in standard form. We want to write 342.45 in standard form. So what we are going to do is we're going to move our comma 2 places to the left. When we move our comma 2 places to the left, our answer would be 3,4245. And we multiply that by 10 to the power 2. So the 2 is coming from the fact that we moved our comma 2 places, and our 2 is positive because we were moving from the right to the left. If we look at the second example, it's 0,0039. We are going to move our comma 3 places to the right. When we move our comma 3 places to the right, our answer is now 3.9 times 10 to the power minus 3. So the 3 is coming from the fact that we moved our comma 3 steps, or we moved our comma 3 times. And the negative is coming from the direction. We were moving from left to right, so that is why our power is negative. So from that, we can safely say, when we are writing a number in standard form and we move our comma from the left to the right, then our power is negative. When we move it from the right to the left, then our power is positive. And then our last example, we have 10,000. We want to write 10,000 in standard form. And when we have a whole number, by default, our comma is after the last digit of the number. So in this case, our comma is after the last 0 of 10,000. And we are going to move that comma 4 places to the left. That is why we are now having our answer being 1 times 10 to the power 4. I hope we understand that. So when we are writing a number in standard form, we just make sure that the number that we are having here is between 1 and 10, and our power is negative or positive depending on the direction in which we have moved our comma. I hope that is clear, and we move on. Here now we want to look at multiplication involving numbers in standard form. Our question is saying, evaluate 3 times 10 to the power 3 times 4 times 10 to the power minus 6, giving your answer in standard form. So we are going to do our calculations and we make sure our final answer is in standard form. So what I did here, I multiplied 3 times 4 times 10 to the power 3 times 10 to the power minus 6, right? And when we say 3 times 4, we get 12. We are going to add these powers. When we add 3 plus minus 6, we are going to get minus 3. So now we have 12 times 10 to the power minus 3. But this is not in standard form because this 12 is greater than 10. So we want to write 12 in standard form. And when we write 12 in standard form, we are going to move our comma 1s to the left. And then we have 1,2 times 10 to the power 1. And then we multiply that by 10 to the power minus 3. And when we simplify that, we have 1,2 times 10 to the power minus 2. Now this is in standard form because 1, 2 is between 1 and 10. Let's move on to division. We are having the question: evaluate 3.6 times 10 to the power 3 divided by 4 times 10 to the power 9. Again, giving your answer in standard form. So here we're going to say 3.6 divided by 4 times 10 to the power 3 divided by 10 to the power 9. And when we say 10 to the power 3 divided by 10 to the power 9, we are subtracting the powers. And when we subtract the powers, we get 10 to the power minus 6. And we say 3.6 divided by 4, we get 0.9. So our answer here is 0.9 times 10 to the power minus 6. But that is not in standard form. Our question requires us to give our answer in standard form. So this 0.9 times 10 to the power minus 6 is not in standard form because 0.9 is below 1. So we now want to write 0.9 in standard form, and when we do that, we have 9 times 10 to the power minus 1, and we multiply that by 10 to the power minus 6. When we simplify that, we get 9 times 10 to the power minus 7, and that is indeed in standard form. So now I have these few questions which you can try so that you enhance your understanding, or you assess your understanding of the concept that we were learning in this video. Thank you very much. We meet again in the next video.